tape it.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I prefer live. I prefer to be live.
Anyway, anyway, guys, we are live. Welcome to Talking Live. Don't worry about Angela. I think she's doing something. I was messing about with her. Good evening, guys. Anyway, Talking Live. Yeah, we are on Talking Live, and welcome to my show. I am Angela B. Spragg. Yes, my name is over there on the right hand corner. Anyway, yes, I will pass you over to Angela right now, my fellow sister. Here she is.
Stop stealing my identity. See, this is what happens. Have you heard of identity frauds? This is it. When somebody clearly who doesn't look like you, not the same sex as you, and they claim to be Angela B. Spragg. There is only one Angela B. Spragg, I must proclaim. How dare you? I wish you stopped stealing me from me. Hello, good evening. Oh, here we go. Yes, what is the
Can I
feedback?
just say yes? Can I just ask you a question? Do you ever thank you very much for getting me onto that poem
Oh,
channel? That is really.
it's amazing, isn't it? I love it. I love it.
I've done I've done 21 poems.
Yeah, I've
Twenty
got a
one
bit of
poems.
reading to do.
Right. Okay. Gotta go. I'll let you go to yes. Should we talking tonight about I don't know. I ain't got a clue, but it's talking like
See, now even I don't know what I'm talking about, which is the story of my life. Of course, that's not true. We know exactly what we're talking about on Talking Live because we've had great conversations. We are here every Friday, 7 o'clock. If there are any delays, it's usually Steve's fault, as you all know that by now. Welcome to Crossroads Podcast UK and to my show, Talking Live, every Friday. I'm here for you, and I love being here with you and talking a bit of wisdom that I have picked up along my journey. Everything I say, you must do because it works and I haven't got anything wrong. Okay, maybe just one or two things, but in general, I've got everything right. I mean, I just understand life, and I'm okay. If you want to, you know, special recipes about what life is about, then you must book an appointment, and I will tell you all about it. And as far as I'm concerned, life is amazing. I love life. Yesterday I was talking to a friend, an old dear, and I give her a little bit of company now and then when I can spare some moments. And she's just a fabulous person, and I love spending time with her. But oh my God, she's a right stress head. And every time, and I called her only was it yesterday? Yesterday, and I said, I always ask after you exchange the greetings, how are you, Angela? And apparently, my regular response has been for the past few months, oh, my life is just perfect. I didn't know I say that. And my life, by the way, is perfect. And I am so glad and humbled and overjoyed that I can make such a statement, not for the sake of the statement's sake, but actually live it. Yes, my life is perfect. Yes, I love everything about my life. And yes, I find life joyous. And no, I don't have enemies. And if I do, I usually don't have enough time to think about them, and they kind of disappear along the journey. I'm not aware I have enemies, but if I do, it's their loss, not mine. So that's my kind of thinking. But apparently, I always say my life is perfect. I didn't know that, but my life is perfect and I love it. So, moving on. Let me find out. I want to read exactly what I created a poster because I was super prepared for this week. I'm taking this talking life blog very seriously these days, partly because I quite enjoy it. I love my moment on Crossroads Podcast UK, and I love being here. I love sharing my thoughts. I love the journey Steve Beer has started, and I am honored and humbled to be here, sharing a little bit of life experience that I have picked up and learned from others, although I don't get a lot of time. Listening to everybody, and I wish I did have the time to listen to everybody and see what they're all about, but one is rather busy. All right, so I apologize to my fellow presenters that I can't listen to, but I know I have heard great remarks about how everybody is doing great, and it is lovely to share our time with you all. I hope you are all doing all right, because what an incredible, 3 quarters have already gone of the year. And we had a fabulous, it was a bit hot summer. We had a fabulous start of the year. COVID, we're kind of not scared of it anymore. Life is normalizing, and whoosh, the year has just flown by. We've got last quarter left. So September, October, November, December. But December, I usually don't count it because really we spend the entire September celebrating Christmas. At least that's my excuse. So the poster I shared, because as I told you, I'm taking this very seriously these days, I created this fab poster. Do you sacrifice your dreams for the right reasons? And there is a lot of you're meant to be impacted by this statement. You're meant to react by this statement. How dare she say sacrifice my dreams? I do not sacrifice my dreams for anybody. I bet you're thinking that. Let me know. And please make Steve work. Send your posts, your comments to Steve Beer, because he's probably just sitting down and making fun of me and writing, remarks to make everybody laugh at my expense. So make him work and send some comments and tell him to behave himself and stop pinching my name. And if you have any comments, and even if you don't like a comment that I have made perhaps and you're unhappy with, please, let us know, because we're not here to offend on Crossroads Podcast UK. We are here to serve you in the most delightful way, and I hope you are enjoying many of our shows on Crossroads, which I will, one day catch on or catch up. So tell me, as I talk about this topic, do you sacrifice your dreams for the right reason? I want you to interrogate your thoughts in your gorgeous mind and say, do I sacrifice my dreams? I mean, why would anybody sacrifice their dreams? I mean, isn't the statement goes that in order to achieve your dreams, you must work hard and sacrifice? So if one is meant to work hard to achieve their dreams, then one must sacrifice their dreams for other people's dreams to come true, perhaps? Am I really getting under your skin? I hope I am, because that's exactly the point. Depends on the dreams. Here comes the interrogating thoughts. I am so glad. So, now usually one must say, or one assumes, that dreams are not easily within our grasps, right? So that means that if you are considering sacrificing your dream, then it wasn't hard to, it wasn't very easy to achieve at the first place. So if it wasn't very easy to achieve at the first place, Why would you sacrifice your hard work and then donate that sacrifice, that dream that you've been dreaming? Now, and don't take this very lightly. When I say, you know, dreaming, and there is a lot, by the way, on Netflix. I have been, I have not watched from September to June, I believe. From September to June, I didn't really watch any any media. I took a very, very, break from the media because I was busy achieving my dreams. And so I took time out. And I just felt like usually learn a lot about behaviors, people, and what is happening. I love watching um, criminal stuff, how the detectives catch criminals or solve crimes. It's not because I'm interested in committing a crime, but one must be aware of their own environment. My car got stolen January. In the new year, my new car gets stolen. Then I had to wait nearly 8 months to get another one. Some may, and these weren't earth-shattering dreams. I've never been without a car, and I now have a car, and but I have had a lot of help. I dedicated a post that there are people who didn't want to help me but did because they kind of felt sorry for me, and that's been all lovely. That's how we help one another, but without deviating from the subject. Dreams are not something that you can just very easily achieve. I'm talking about, you know, even relationships. When you're not so experienced and you fancy somebody that you think, oh my god, that person is way too good looking. There is no way, that person is going to fancy me. And I've had that. I didn't have the confidence because my face was covered with acne, and I always used to think, who the hell would want to kiss my face? Even I don't want to touch it because my face was so sore, and I had my adult acne started in my 20s, and it was just like. I can't even go near my face. Forget kissing a bloke, right? But actually, I was approached by some lovely, lovely gentlemen, and I've had very gorgeous men that I have, I didn't follow the pursuit and of them pursuing me anyway. I didn't accept. I said sorry, I can't, or complications or whatever, because I was too afraid to let anybody come near me, because my biggest thing was I love to kiss. I love a proper snog, and you can't have a proper snog with just willy-nilly. You need a guy that turns you on, and and the rest. And I just thought I won't be able to kiss the guy. So what's the point of having a man? Kissing is very, very important. So I um there was no way that I could cross that while I was facing severe acne, and I just so for some people, meeting their ideal person is like achieving a dream, right? Or we see somebody, especially like we watch loads of films and you think, oh, I wish I could do this. And your immediate scenario, there is just no way you can achieve it because you have to work so many hours and you have to do so many things and sacrifice going out and everything, no boyfriend. And you think, oh, this is just so hard. And some people just give up, and I know what I'm talking about. I have not had, I was, I didn't, I wasn't born in, posh environment, but I really had to work for it. I worked full time. I went to university full time. I paid for my own university. I There are so many things that there is no way I could go out every night because I had a plan I was following. There's no way I could compromise my plan with a very great night out. Sorry, and some of the boyfriends just didn't have time for. So that's not important. So many things that for one person may be a sacrifice, for another it's like no, 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 no. I need to achieve my dream. So everything else can step aside. And some people who are so focused on achieving their dream, they do not want you interfering. And we call them, you know, she or he is so stuck up and they're so selfish, they're so set in their ways. But really, somebody who's very determined to achieve their dream, that is exactly what you need to do to achieve it. Because if your dream came on a platter, it wouldn't be a dream, would it? It's not something that you can grasp so easily. Why do we dream of impossible things? I used to dream. I wish I was. I wish somebody would tell me I'm adopted. Because I just felt like I belong to a family that there's nothing apart from the genetics, nothing else matches. I'm so like different. And my gran used to worry the hell like, oh my God, there will be no suitor for Angela because who the hell is going to accommodate Angela? I used to think she was having a laugh, but she was dead serious. And I so get that right now. I'm catching up with my friend very soon, and we have this annual catch up, and we share everything. And every year I meet my friends, there is like a new clarity on where you want to go and what you want to achieve. So, in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is, your dreams are not something that you can just pick up and say, "Yeah, I'll have that dream today, tomorrow." No, I don't need it. No, think hard. I'm thinking about those impossible things. It's like do or die kind of dreams. Would you sacrifice a great partner to achieve your dream? That is what I'm talking about. Something that is beyond your reach in a way. I have been there. I don't want to boast about some of the things I have achieved, but I have achieved some impossible stuff, something that I could only dream about when I was a young girl. And then I did it, and I thought, oh, that wasn't difficult, was it? So when I achieved my dreams, I also sacrificed it. And I thought, you obviously wasn't very serious about that dream, were you? Because along with your dreams, you're also living a life cycle. You're also thinking about copulating if you want to have a family. You're also thinking about, having that perfect partner. You're also thinking about retirement and building financial security. So some risks are necessary. But would you sacrifice your dream to achieve the unknown future? If you are a Netflix fan, and I have recently joined only a couple of months ago, I am at the moment watching The Cable Girl, I think it's called. Let me have a quick glance. The Cable Girl, something like that. In the 19th century, and it really, this is one of the reasons why I love watching old programs. Like I am a big, Miss Marple fan. I love Sherlock Holmes. I love the old drama type series and stuff like that. And the Cable Girls I was watching, and I was so glued to it because The 19th century always takes us back to what it was like to be a woman. In my lifetime, I would love to see a world where we are not measured or our data isn't recorded based on the sex or the race or creed or whatever you are or religion. We're all persons, really. There's no binary this, binary that. We are all one individual. I would love to see that happening in my lifetime. There is no need to record how many males there are and how many heterosexuals there are, how many homosexuals there are. All of this data is to control whatever the control may be, but that's another story. So, when I was watching the cable girls yesterday, I was like, we forget as women, especially, we forget the life of a woman in the 19th century. She had no right. She had, no right to vote. Women were second-class citizens. Your inheritance will be passed to your husband, not you. When you read things. Things like that and you watch things like that, suddenly it becomes very raw and alive at the same time, and he sort of like stares the past life of the woman. It doesn't matter what woman and from what background, women altogether did not have any right. You were a property of your father passed on to your husband. There were no nightstands back then, not official ones. You couldn't have a boyfriend and test him out, and if you like him and keep him. You couldn't have boyfriends and have kids with them, and so on and so on. Life was very, very different back then. And I always think, has life really changed? Because in my, call it narrow views, okay, apart from we can have sex with whoever we want, what else has changed? It is a good progress in 2 centuries, the fact that we can have multiple sexual partners, which is very liberating. But where the law is concerned, are we truly free? I mean, it is not still normal, even amongst the women folk. When I say I don't cook for a man, they're like, gasp at the thought. Like, oh my God, I mean, what did you do all your life? Yes, I do not cook for men. Because men in my life are wonderful and fabulous. They've always cooked. So, because I only surround myself with awesome people, and there is no way I will have a boyfriend who will not cook. I wasn't born to be cooking for men anyway. My gran could have told you stories about this. My gran used to say, oh my God, the guy who will come into Angela's life, he will have to learn how to cook and clean and do his sewing. And I'm like, why would I need to learn all these skills? What, to have a man in my life? Why can't a man do it himself? Hello. Anyway, it's not because I don't like cooking. I just find the whole facade about cooking like that's too much hard work. I could be doing like writing an article or something, or talking to a great human being and changing their life for the better. Because I is already perfect, as you know, so I'm just passing on a bit of perfection. It takes time and effort and energy. Truly, I am quite a humble person, but I do like to have fun. So, 19th century was where women, yeah, okay, if you had a privileged background, you were quite educated, but you were still a property of your father and who were passed on to bear children. It doesn't matter how, intelligent you were or not, you had a job. 2 centuries later, women are horrified the fact that you don't have children. I mean, the first reaction that comes to one's mind, oh, you can't have children. And no, darling, no, I had a choice. And the funny thing is, I never actually had to explain this to anybody in my entire life. But the more I started to connect with the wider women around the globe, women are still expected to bear children, first of all, to be educated greatly, and then know all the activities of the house, cook, clean, tidy, manage the house and everything, and then bear children and so on. And before your body can recover from the trauma of pregnancy, you are expected within certain, when the maternity leave ends, your body is ready and you must return to work. I mean, do men work as hard as women? And I am so sorry to be saying that, but it really is like, I do sympathize with men because men are there to protect and provide. But then, what is a woman's role? Is a woman's role to manage the house and children and cook and clean and work and be a perfect host in the bedroom. It's a lot, isn't it? It's a lot. So what is a role of a woman? The reason why I love this subject, because I am a woman, but I cannot connect with other women so well because my thinking is so different. The women, they just have children and they just go to work and manage everything. The very thought just terrifies me. It's like, there is no way I can manage all this. That'd be like, I'm so at peace right now. I don't want all this aggravation. So, 2 centuries later, why are we still expecting the same as what we were expecting out of a woman 2 centuries ago? And this episode isn't about women, but they do make a great example of what my message is, because women, they have to manage a lot, and women, it's natural for them to sacrifice. For women, it's almost in their genes to sacrifice because our body's prime aim is to nurture the offsprings, right? So that is our natural. It's so easy for us to accommodate and get ourselves comfortable in the environment we have or we are given or forced upon, because our priority is looking after the child. And I do say, if you're gonna have a child, have that responsibility for good 25 years, because the brain does not stop evolving. It is still sort of completing its process, shall we say, until you reach 25. So as far as I'm concerned, you eventually, at the age of 25, realize what your role is. And while you are understanding your body and everything, doesn't matter if you're a male or a female, you haven't really grown up till you're in your 30s. And as you're growing up, you are accumulating all the information, the education to succeed in this life cycle and to be the best that you can be. So what is your dream? If we are already set to go to school, do this, do this, do this. I mean, you just have to do this. Otherwise, you're just making your life very difficult. But when do we dream? What do we dream about? Do we dream enough? Because, oh my God, today I was with a colleague and we were talking about, social media and the media entertainment of today. And I have seen adults glued to TikToks and YouTube videos and, Netflix. Okay, I find Netflix very educational because it helps me with writing about different topics and things like that. So I love it. It's partly educational, and it's partly relax. And I love having that in the background while I'm creating things. But we are so addicted to technology. So when do we dream? Have we lost that passion for dreaming? I mean, if you look at Netflix, for example, they've got loads of series about dreams and things, and I'm fascinated. The Dream Maker, and there was a um, series I watched, and it was all about dreaming, and I thought, wow, because it is. I find it quite fascinating. It's like, wow, I didn't think about it like that. But dreaming is extremely important. But if we suppress our brain with constant activity like media entertainment, Facebook, yep, no meditation, no time with the self, aren't we kind of becoming a wandering soul? I mean, my friend, the lady I was telling you about initially, she said, every time I ask you how you are, you always say, my life is perfect. And the reason my life is perfect, because I have not had the pressure from other human beings, relatives or friends or my peers or colleagues, to be something that I'm not. In a way, I have truly led a very privileged life because I don't know anyone in my very wide circle who has lived the life I have so far. And I am just, the more I am exposed to how people live and behave, I just feel like how privileged I am that I don't have that pressure. I wasn't pressured to do anything. And I think that's why I find it so fascinating why people are not following their dreams. Why are they following other people's instructions? Or why have they worked so hard for a dream to happen and sacrifice for something so small, or for something that is just not a big deal? And I don't want to say something that may be a big deal to somebody else, and for me it isn't. Did I sacrifice my motherhood to live my life the way I wanted? I don't think of that as a sacrifice. I was very clear how I wanted my life. But are you clear about what you want in your life? Are you clear about your dreams, or are you allowing the noise of the media to stop you from dreaming? What are you dreaming about? And I'm not talking about naughty dreams, because if you truly love somebody, they'll be in your dreams, right? I must share this. There is a guy that I liked for so many years, and I didn't say anything, and I said, I did say there is no way I will have anything to do with any man until I achieved this particular thing, which is to do with my course back almost 15 years ago. So I was quite sure. I said, no, 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 I don't want any distraction. But he was my dream man. He was like, oh, and I tell you what, and he, and we both felt the same. It's like, no, 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 we don't want any distractions. And he was like, oh, gorgeous to look at. And slowly every time he would call, it'd be like, whoa. And I still think about that person. I think he's a marvelous man. And have you noticed, have you seen how my face just lit up? I just find him to be the most perfect man. And when, after some years, he approached, I said no, because I was so frightened to lose him as a friend. I just loved him so much that I thought, oh my God, could you imagine if I did take that step and I did, we did become lovers, and oh gosh, and then it all went wrong, then I wouldn't have a friend or a lover. And every time the subject came up or a hint of it, I would strike it off like in my jovial way. And I don't know, I can't take that risk, because for me, that wasn't a sacrifice. That friendship is so important that I love that friendship so much that I didn't want to taint it with anything else. Is that a sacrifice? Maybe. But I love to dream about him. I just don't want to go there because I'm really terrible in relationships. I really am. I don't care. I much rather have a friend than a lover that I may not be with after a year. Usually after a year. It's some don't even last a year, so I've given up. So there are some lovely men out there, and I have had, a wonderful privilege to be with some of them. But that wasn't a sacrifice. I just think I just chose well, that has totally, disrupted my topic thinking. Have you ever come across that? Have you ever done this where you think, oh, the most perfect person for me, and no, I can't go there? What are your thoughts? Am I scared? Oh yeah. Would I feel vulnerable? Oh, if that person hurt me, I would just die. I would just die, because in my mind, he's the most perfect human, So I have always, and I'm not looking for a man. This Steve, Mr. Beer, you really are giving the wrong impression of myself. I'm a church-going girl who loves men. I just think men are so wonderful, but really I can't stand them after a couple of days. It's like, I like my own company. I like a man, but then I just like my own company after that. But I do love men. I think they're just amazing. They're gorgeous company. But I don't want them full time, if you get my meaning. So, what are your dreams? Have I interrogated your thoughts, with a bit of humor? I'm not that cruel. What dreams did you sacrifice? And did you sacrifice your own dream So your partner or your friend or your parents could achieve their dreams. Because really, it doesn't really matter. I mean, there are loads of people who come in your life and you sacrifice your dreams because the distractions that other people bring has or have deviated you from achieving your dream. Think hard. In order to understand what you really want, you have to understand you. Who are you? Who are you? And what do you want in this life? And do you have a plan? Even when you go to NHS, if you want, if you want condoms and things, they call it family planning. But actually, nobody plans for a family; they just happen, don't they? In most cases, I have very sensible friends who actually arrange from A to Z when they're going to have baby and when they want it delivered, and they usually matches their schedule and holidays and all that. And I'm thinking, oh my god, I don't want all that headache. It's not for me. Motherhood is not for me. I love children, but no thanks. But it's do you so you are actually meant to be planning a family, like you plan your life, like you plan for marriage, like you plan for your children. Uh, 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 uh. Should you be planning for your children, or should the children have or should have some say in that planning? So, what are your thoughts? What are your dreams? How many dreams did you sacrifice? How many dreams did you have? Do you even dream, or are you too warped? You are too disrupted by the noise of today. You rather want to focus on how bad our president is, not president, prime minister, or how corrupt our government is, like that's a news flash or something, or how bad this country is performing. It's like, yes, we know all this. Are you getting absorbed into the media, and it's affecting your dreams? Because really, I really enjoyed taking a break from the media. I used to watch news religiously because that was like me unwinding. And really, oh my god, I took that few months break and I thought, I don't miss it. I just want to know what's happening in my country, and that's it. And the world, obviously. I get like a little recap, read few things, and I'm like, yeah, the world is the same place. But I am so focused on what I want in life. I am so enjoying my life. I love my life. I just feel so privileged to not have my thinking compromised or tarnished even. Nobody tells me how to think or what to think. If you don't like me, you're simply not in my circle. But I will always, have time for you if you want it. And it's lovely to be sharing my time on Crossroads Podcast UK. I love being here. I love this platform. What do you have? What thoughts would you, have to share on this topic? Are you like annoyed by it? Like, "Ugh," you know, if we are meant to work so hard to achieve our dreams, then why do we sacrifice them so easily? I was reading a quote on the Instagram that was shared by my fellow writer in America. And I had his permission. I said, "Oh, I love that quote. He writes so well." And always said he sent it to me because he knows I love all that stuff. And let me find. And yes, it's been authorized. It said it's not mine, so feel free to share. It is such a wonderful truth and amazing when it happens, right? So this is a quote. When the right people come into your life, you will never have to sacrifice. You will never have to compromise. you will be able to achieve your dreams while they are achieving their dreams. That is the beauty about life. But not everybody, gets it or receives it. Let me read that quote to you. It is so powerful. Feeling safe in someone's energy is a different type of intimacy. That feeling of peace and protection is really underrated. So if you want to know your right soulmate or the right person or the right friend, your closest person could be your best friend. They may not be your husband or wife or boyfriend or a bit on the side or whatever. I love saying that because, I like to be a bit real about the world. So when you find somebody who you feel completely safe and you trust them completely, you would never question in your mind whether they're saying that or because of they may have a different agenda. You just will not doubt that person. That is your soulmate. And they could be your brother, sister, friend, bit on the side, or husband or wife, whatever. Your husband, wife, boyfriend, they don't have to be your soulmates. Soulmate is somebody who just you feel safe with. And that intimacy I have experienced, and that intimacy is so beautiful. It could be your mom or dad or brother, lover, a bit on the side, or your hubby, whatever, wife. So, get to know you and dream a lot. I have some fabulous dreams, but obviously they're too X-rated. I wonder if Mr. Beer will have some feedback. Do pop in. How many dreams did you sacrifice, Steve? Unmute yourself.
Yeah. I don't dream all the time. I dreamt I, I dreamt about something last night, but I won't go into that one. So there you go.
We are actually talking about the dreams, as in, I hope to achieve, not, naughty dreams when you are fast asleep and almost about to
Well,
wake
I
up.
dreamt about somebody last. I did dream about somebody last night, right?
Yeah.
Which when I saw the picture, I thought, wow, we could go far on this. So let me show you what it is.
Okay.
Here we go.
Nothing has happened.
Now, there you go.
Oh my god.
Now I thought to myself, who is this? Is she got her pajamas on or a nightie on? Right? And I thought, well, a nightie on and like that's gonna be very tempting.
I can't believe you shared that. See, I'm not
Yeah, so
totally religious. I'm a church-going individual.
we believe that. We believe that. Yes, let's take this off. Oh my god.
I love singing at St Mary's Yule. It's I love that church. I love how they don't preach. It's our church is very community minded. And when the vicar has
Yeah.
time, I have asked him, "You owe me a show on the Talking Life, and he said yes, yes, yes. But Friday is usually his day off, and so I haven't been pushing it. But I want to get the vicar on Talking Life because such a wonderful human being, and I think it'd be so interesting to ask him a few questions. But churches or whatever your religion that you are following, they should be like part of the community where you're bringing the community together. Doesn't matter what church or temple or where, whoever, whatever you serve, whatever your faith is, it should be community orientated. And this is why I love my church, because we do a lot for our community. We do.
Yeah.
Anyway, did you have any
Yes.
questions?
Yeah.
What did you think of my topic, by the way?
Yeah. Very good topic. Very good topic.
Thank
But
you.
there's a couple of things in it. There's a couple of things in it, and I was thinking, oh my god, yes, okay. We got a couple of questions here. Hang on for a second. I've
Okay.
just gone on to my radio page because my radio page is like going. It's they're really really funny ones. Hi Steve, is she on any alcohol tonight?
No.
I ain't got a clue, mate. I don't know. I am not stuck to green or where it is, whatever. I'm not. I am. Hi Steve, how do you cope? Yeah, yes, we. What we do after when Angela's been, we have to go and lie down in a secret place. Yeah, and knock our heads against the wall and say 20 Hail Marys. Right, okay. Right, okay, so we got Rebecca. Oh, Steve, love this show. I love it. I love it. Listen to this every week. Just rushed
Oh,
mistake, but I thought I'm gonna watch it. I always watch it every week. I want to ask. I want to ask her a question. And this is it. Um, you keep on mentioning about men in your life. Why haven't you never married? And if so, do you think that you will regret it if you don't have any children in the future? Good
I
question.
have been married. I am a widow. I lost my husband due to illness. I had the most perfect hubby who developed health issues, and I lost him about 3 years ago. I have had wonderful loves in my life. I love men. I'm not anti men. I love talking about them in fun way, but um, I am very particular who I share my intimacy with, because I have to have um, that connection where I can talk about serious topics and have you know I couldn't. I'm very particular. Communication is very important to me. I cannot be with somebody who cannot
Yeah.
communicate. There is no way. They have to tick a lot of boxes for me. Like, I like a man. First of all, they have to drive, because if a man can't drive, there is no way I'll be entertaining. No way. A man has to be
Right. Right.
independent. It's
Mm.
independent communication, gorgeous looking, great in bed. They're
Right.
just hard
On.
to get the whole
Move on.
package. It's hard. It's hard work.
Re-
No, I will not regret, because I do have uh, I didn't want children from a very very young age, because I wanted to live my life my way. No regrets, and there won't be any.
Okay. Good. Um. All the men you have in your Martin. Right. Okay. Well done. Good question. All the men in your life. Is there one particular one that you really fancy, but you really don't want to go there because you might get a told that they don't fancy you? Ooh. Mm.
Interesting. I am no under any illusions. I know a lot of men, and not all of them fancy me, and that is totally okay. I don't want every man to
Mm,
fancy me. Um, there is a there there is a person who I think the world of, and the fact, if I ever find out they don't like me, I'll be like, oh. But I have no interest in sharing an
yeah,
intimacy with them, so it doesn't really matter. Um, I think that is a
yeah,
question. It's a very important question, actually, because you can only be vulnerable with a person you feel comfortable with. I think there's always
yeah,
some element, especially in long term
yeah,
relationships, there is always an element that somebody is going to take that attraction away. But if you are in
yeah,
that right relationship where you feel at home with each other and trust each other, that is a partner that you want to be with, because those insecurities should not arise when you are with the right
yeah.
person. That's what I truly
That's
believe,
true. Yeah,
you know? So to me, I
yeah,
am not,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah, go on, Steve. What do you think?
yeah. I think the same. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, if you kind of like if you met the right one, and that there's got to be a trust in any relationship. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
So, and
Yeah,
I think if you trust each other, and you kind of like, and you can get on together, not like a right laugh, mate. You know, gosh, I'm always
yeah,
singing or whatever. I'm doing different things. I'm crazy.
yeah,
But the trouble is, some people in my life doesn't like ways like that. They want me boring and stuck up and things like that. But I'm sorry,
yes,
but if people want to kind of like not be with me because of that, then
yeah.
I'm sorry, but I am mad as a hatter like you. You know what I mean?
And just to add
So,
to
but I
add
think,
to that, Steve, one second. To add to that, I have had a very, very almost a perfect love on more than one occasion. So my standard is very high because I had really good loves. And so if the future
mm,
person, which I'm not bothered by, if they happen, they happen. If they don't, they don't. But they have to at least
mm,
meet the level I have experienced. So I've had the most perfect love almost.
yeah. So do you look? Do you look? Actually, let's take Angela's question. Angela. Oh, I got you on later on, Angela. Um, right, this is a friend of mine, and she's saying, Steve, I love this. Can you tell me, does Angela look for people up to her level, and does she find men attractive when they are gorgeous, or does she look for men who have a sense of humor? Um, I think what the trouble is, I know where I know. Sorry, it's confusing now. But see, the trouble is, I know where Angela's coming from. So when she said about, she wants people from like on the same level as her, and they got to be gorgeous and things like that, I think she's got a standard of a man that she wants, and right so, but there are some relationships out there, and it doesn't matter if you're ugly or whatever like that, or not ugly, if you're not kind of, you know if you feel like if you feel like um you are not worth it, or you feel like you're kind of, and no one wants you, you know I believe that someone will come along one day and they will like I think everybody is out there for everybody, and but I
Also,
think people. But
go on.
trouble is, I think, do you, the trouble is, what I want to ask you, Angela, is this: do you look for men who are kind of like an eye standard, because you don't want to pick somebody who is like you know, what can I say? You know, lower. You know what I mean?
I like a man. It's actually I may portray myself as somebody who's like got a certain standard. I don't have a prototype. There isn't a man like he has to look like this because I believe
Yeah,
in I want a man to be independent. There are not a lot of
yeah,
people
yeah,
who are independent. To me, I don't see a difference with, oh, men are like this and women are like that. I see everybody exactly the same. But I am a
yeah,
heterosexual. So my focus is a man has to level with me emotionally. If his emotional intelligence is
yeah,
low, not for me. If he can't
yeah.
drive, not for me. If he is not a clean man, not for me. Some of my requirements are very basic. I will not be with a man who is expecting me to cook because it's never happened and it's not going to happen. You know, I am not going to just
Mm,
suddenly sacrifice my lifestyle to accommodate a man's lifestyle. Not happening. And
mm,
I know a lot of men in my network because of the work I do, transport, aviation, writing, coaching. So I have lots of men in my life, if you like. But I'm not really relationship isn't a primary for me. My own life is my priority and primary. So if a lovely man comes along who just matches my vibe, yeah, you know. eh, But to me, it's because I am
yeah,
quite independent myself. That person, there has to be a reason why I choose that person, and he's got to meet
yeah,
that,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, that level. Yeah.
Criteria. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
criteria.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got to
Everybody's
tick
got a
more than one
criteria.
box.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I will not accept,
Right.
if
Oh,
he doesn't shower every day. No way.
right. Okay. You've got to make sure that he washes every day and he washes all over, including his whatever. Then you'll be okay. Yeah. Okay. Good. Good. Right. Okay. Um. Um. Hi, Steve. Would it be possible if you can tell me, what does Angela do? Well, ask her yourself. What do you do, Angela? I don't know what you do.
You
I
mean
think what she does at night. At night, she's a lady of the night, right? And in the morning, she's a churchgoer. She goes to church to
to
tell her
confess for
sins.
my sins, of course?
Yeah, big confession. Sorry about last night, Lord. No, I think you do quite. I, no, I think you do quite a lot of work actually, don't you?
I do
Help people and
lots
everything.
of things. I drive. I'm a commercial driver. I'm a coach. I help people see different perspective. I do some voiceovers. I'm a writer and publisher. I do a lot of voluntary work for my church, and I also I'm a caregiver also when I can, find the hours because I love looking after the local community, and there are not enough care workers out there. So I do my bit,
Okay.
paid and non-paid. So I do loads of things. So men are
Well,
not important.
men are not important. Okay, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. We've gone past our hour, but if you could take another few questions, is that all right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Steve. Would it be possible if you can tell me when Angela was younger, was she attractive to boys at school, or college, or university? It seems that she's very picky with her men.
She was what at university?
What they're saying is about that when you were at like school or university or college,
Yeah.
whatever, was you picky with your men? Your
No.
boyfriends. If you had boyfriends, you want.
No. No, I have got no qualms with men or boys when I was a young girl. I have had no bad experience with a man as such. I have had
Mm,
wonderful, wonderful. guys in my life, and I love them all. I have even, I still keep in touch with some of them, and even some of the exes that it was a bad breakup. I still keep in touch, and I am okay, and I speak to their girlfriends or their wives or whatever. So I have a very, very good relationship with everything, usually, or with everyone. If somebody's toxic, I cut them out of my life because I don't tolerate toxicity.
Yeah,
um, I've
that's
not
it.
had bad experience. I've had wonderful men in my life, hence my standard is high. I won't just take any old
Yeah,
idiot. I, I, they need to match what I'm used to, and I've had great men in my life, so they need to match that
right.
standard. The very least, I will not decline in my standard, if you like. I'm not picky, but basics are essential. For example, what I've already quoted.
Yeah, right. Okay, okay, okay. Graham's here. I'm Steve. I'm a 5'3" young man. I was 67. Isn't she lovely, Angela? Would you like to go on to a date? She don't do dates at this moment in time. She hasn't
I'm
got the
too
time.
busy. I'm
Um,
gonna
but she can. um, no, no. You can have a
My
phone
September is
number
fully
or
booked.
email or whatever.
My September is fully
Yeah.
booked.
September's funny boats. Yes, you can just go to the church that he goes to. You can see her there. That's a good idea. Pack the church out, isn't it? Pack the church out with Angela's ex-boyfriend.
Uh, for October bookings, please contact Steve.
Yeah, yeah. Don't start that one. God, God. Oh God, I've had that before. Yes, Graham. Yeah, yeah. Good man, but mm, uh, yeah, I know what you're getting at. But keep looking, mate. You never know. You'll get somebody, hopefully. Go on those TV programs. What's it called?
Oh, the
Oh, what, they meet in a
something like
restaurant
Love
or a
Island.
cafe or what?
Love Island. Is it Love Island?
No, it's not Love Island, is it? 67-year-old man going on Love Island. He's come
What?
out with a silver frame. Oh my dear.
It shouldn't be just about modern looking perfect men. I mean, I do. I mean, they just look like young boys. They need to. That program need to represent all ages. So we should have Love Island. Isn't just for the young, is
Ah,
it?
ah. Where's she to? Where's she to? Katrina. She's saying, "Hi, Stephen. What do you think of marriage at first sight?" Ooh, do not start me on that one, please. Do not. I watches it every day. Have you seen that Marriage at First Sight?
No, but I have heard about it. There is no way that I am legally giving my rights to and attaching them with another human being who could be the biggest criminal. I'm sure they do checks and everything, but no way, no way. I'm not a
Yeah.
strong believer in. Yeah, if you're going to tie a knot with somebody, spend years getting to know and see if they're right for you. No way. You can
Yeah.
always see them first
Yeah.
sight and fall in love, have a huge crush, make passionate love, and then think about it. You know, it's a safer way of doing it.
I'll give you some of, yeah, I'll give you some advice. What you do when you see somebody, before you get married, go on the program, take the money and all that. But what you do is, when you get down to the aisle, right, you say, and they say, would you like to be married? Say, and that's it. And you never know, you've done your bit, you don't like her, and that's it. Half the people on that program do kind of like get divorced, and oh, it's crazy. I'm
See,
like,
that
totally.
is really, Steve. That's really degrading the true meaning of marriage.
It
Marriage.
is.
I mean, we
Yeah.
it's like become fashionable to divorce. I just think, why marry if you're not serious about somebody? I believe in forever love. I believe in, if you're gonna marry somebody, make it forever. Why just marry for the
Yeah.
sake of,
Yeah.
well, you can make love with anyone before the marriage, but if you're gonna commit, 100% sure before you commit. Otherwise, just shag
Yeah.
about. Why do you want to shag about when
Yeah.
you're married? Yeah.
Well, there you go. You tell me. But
Yeah.
it's right. Couple more, please. Then we gotta go. Roger. Hi, Steve. Would it be possible if you could say hello to my wife who is 60 today? Happy
Oh,
birthday! Happy birthday!
happy
Yeah,
birthday,
she's
what?
60 today. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, what the name is? Oh, Glennis. Hello, Glennis. How are you?
yes.
I listen to
Happy birthday.
Angela's program every week. Oh, so thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
She's got more fans than me.
Not
Hi,
true.
Steve. Would it possible if we could? Honestly, only got two. Um, uh, hi, Angela. Would it be possible if you can say hello to my friend? Now, I met my friend 6 years ago, and we're not being married, and we want to be as we are. Marriage is a big step to take. Many people do not know what marriage is all about. They
Yeah,
should really really think about going into marriage.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello there. Sorry, I didn't catch the name. What's the name?
Where are we going to? Hang on for a second. Uh, God, I can't remember what the name is now. They're
Oh,
scrolling down. The questions are scrolling down.
oh, oh. Well,
Um,
how lovely.
but
Thank
no,
you.
I think I
Yeah.
yeah, it's hard
Sorry.
though, isn't it? It's hard because to get
Yeah, but
married, you gotta kind of like really think about it.
I think it's we don't live in a society where marriage is forced on you. I mean, I know in some cultures it is, but marriage should really be treated like sacred, because it is sacred, and it should be built on 100% trust. Yeah, okay, we all make errors, and we all, some people will lie to be with you and all of that. That's understandable, but really, in order to understand your partner, you need to spend time with them. Marriage should only happen when you are just so one. It's sacred. It shouldn't be a laughing stock. Life is a very serious
No,
thing. Sorry, marriage is
yeah,
a very serious thing, and I don't like the way people degrade it. I can be faithful to even my casual boyfriend. You know, being faithful is very normal for me. But marriage, oh, marriage is a commitment. It needs to be nurtured fully and be trusted, and you need to put time, energy, and dreams that you may sacrifice. So it must be taken seriously. And to me, I believe in marriage till the end. I do believe in
that's
that.
it. Yeah,
Mm,
that's
yeah,
it. Yeah,
yeah,
and I think we should all do that. And anyway, before I go, I'd like to tell you that there was Diane Westerbrook, and what happened with her is that she got married. She had a lavish wedding.
yeah,
It cost her around about £20,000 to have this
yeah,
great big wedding.
yeah.
But when she got divorced, it was £36,000.
Exactly.
So so and it's like Katie Price. She's been married so many times too. So
Yeah.
you
No,
know,
I only had, and it's not because I didn't have money. I only had um, two people at my wedding. My closest. I wanted. To me, marriage was very, very serious for me. You can do all the parties and all that, but for me to share that sacred moment, I only wanted it with the closest people at that time in my life. I didn't want this big charade and all of that stuff. You know, I wanted it so important event to share it with people that you want them to be there. Not like, I know it's not for everybody because it's a celebration stuff, but no, I find marriage is too sacred. I don't want to share it with just everybody. No, that's how I was, and it's not that I didn't want to spend. You know, I rather a charity have that money or somebody else. That's how I am. Yeah. So anyway,
I'm a bit. It's your program. Are you going to say goodbye?
Shall we say goodbye? First of all, thank you so much for sharing your such lovely, wonderful, your precious time with us on Crossroads Podcast UK. We love you and thank you for so many interactions. Lots of love from Mr. Beer and I. And thank you. See you again next Friday, God willing. Talking Life at 7.